And it looks like our first line going out there will have a little different combination. We've got Tom Enman at center, Matt Seeger and Ron Sivert are the two wings, and then Matt will probably shift to be a center after that. And on the far side, Chris Weber, and the near side, Mark Abel back on defense with Andy Knott in net. We played 3 10-minute periods at the squirt level in the state tournament, and we're just about to have the opening drop between Harwood in black and RAHA in white. Harwood controls the face-off. Abel poke checks it away, comes right back to the defenseman. We're going to lose play under the box here. Dumps into the zone. Sivert steals. Centering pass comes out into the center. First shot down through, save Andy Knott. The rebound cleared away by Chris Weber. Nice defensive play. Harwood overskates. Weber ends up with it. Comes back into the middle. Abel pokes it away. Comes up to Seeger. Matt looking for a pass. Sends it up ice, stolen by Harwood, but Tom Enman gets it right back again. Tom brings it down into the Harwood zone. Harwood pokes it up in the air over the top of everybody, and Abel's the first one on it, gets it up to Seeger. He just shot it real high in the air, probably a smart play. Abel steals. Harwood's offsides, but they wave it off. Comes back down in, nice pass. Down through, Weber brings it up off the boards and back out again. Matt Seeger on a charge coming down in. Harwood steals, comes back the other direction. Tom Enman goes down, nice pass back up to Casey, gets by. Abel with it, doesn't clear the zone. Number 19 shot down through, comes in, backhand. Andy Knott pokes it off, sitting out in front. Abel gets it. Tie up along the boards, comes out in front. Nice passing by Harwood to get it out to their point man. Shot down through, Andy Knott saves, sitting out in front. And Chris Weber pokes it off wide. Matt Nesvezchuk's out now. Matt goes down, off the boards comes up, Abel poking away with it. They force it up, can't quite clear the zone. Weber with it, shot down through, Nesvezchuk's got it. Matt with it, skates it up out of the zone. And they wave it off again, may not have cleared the blue line. Harwood doing a nice job of keeping it down in. Tom Enman pokes away at it. Nesvezchuk, Harwood blocks it with a knee. 8:15 left, good shift both teams there, but a strong offensive show by Harwood. Chris Weber with it. Chris looking for someone to pass to. Sends it in the center to Tom Enman. Nice defensive play by Harwood. Comes right back the other direction. Poke checked away. Comes back in. Weber with it. Chris off the boards up to Ronnie Sivert. Ronnie coming up the near side here. Poke checked away by Harwood. Harwood, number 19, excellent skater, comes down in, and his shot, zinger down through, goes off wide. Nesvezchuk up along the boards. They still haven't done a good job of clearing the zone here. The defense is going to have to pass down through. They're going to have to become more aggressive at getting it out of the zone here. Abel loses. Weber gets it right back again. Chris up along the boards to 19. He's a dangerous one. Backhand by Goose down through, bounces over the stick. Tied up by Weber, far side. Nesvezchuk sends it up along the side. Comes down through, around behind. They're going to have to clear out. There's just too much pressure in here. Good job by Chris Weber, and Ronnie sends it up out of the zone, right to Goose. Backhand, drops it down in. Chris with it. He sends it far side. Wings got to pick it up. 19 with it, stolen by Nesvezchuk. Matt backhand. We haven't had a chance to change lines as finally Chelsea gets out there. Abel pokes away. Chris with it. Along the boards, up. They can't quite clear. Shot down through, broken up by Abel. Poked in front. Chris goes down hard. Mark ends up with it. Shot comes back out. Mark pokes away. It's still sitting out in front. And Tom Enman with it, sends it up, clears the zone, comes right back down in. Matt with it. He drops it back down in. Change the lines. Phil Hoban out there. He's in front. Hoban breaks it up the last minute. Shot save, Andy Knott. Chelsea with it. Gets a backhand. Change of defense out there. And Chris sends it up. They clear the zone. Tom Enman's still out there. The wings are Nesvezchuk and Gent right now. Phil Hoban dumps it. They're calling for icing as we're down to 6:09, and we still have nobody's gotten back on sides. Matt Seeger's out there. They dump it down into Phil Hoban. Chris is going to have to head off here to get out, and finally it's sent up along the sides. Hits a couple of the players that are coming out of the box. Chanette gets it, loses. Goose gets it back, and they dump it down into the zone. Seeger chases. Walsh and Gent, the two wings, coming back. Hockley with the backhand over to Matt Seeger. Matt dumps it in. Won't be icing. He's this side of the red line. Timmy Doherty and Phil Hoban out there on defense now. Down into the Harwood zone. 5:37 left, first period. Hockley centering pass doesn't get all the way through. Number 15, I think he scored a couple of goals. Dumps it down in. Timmy Doherty with the long arms. He'll retreat. It won't be icing as it doesn't go far enough. Tim with the far board sends it off. Clears out. Matt loses it. Gets it back again. Seeger heading up. Dumps it down in. It won't be hard enough for icing as Vallette drops back to get it for Harwood. Comes up. Matt steals. Tries to get a pass over to Hockley. Walsh set up in front. Comes back into the corner. Chelsea Gent on it. Backhand, can't get through everybody, and Walsh takes it up far side. Zinger up, kept in by Phil. Phil dumps his first shot down through, bounces off the boards, doesn't get out in front. Shanae, I believe it probably is, ends up with it. In fact, I think the older brother's on the Pee Wee AB team. I remember the name. Goose with it, heading up ice. That's number 10, coming down in. Hoban back defensively. Goose shot, save. They try to get the rebound and poked away by Timmy Doherty on a nice play. Excellent save by Andy, getting a lot of work. Shot down through. Timmy again breaks it up. Timmy having a great job defensively out there. Off the boards, comes up, gets by Chelsea with it. The Chelster loses to Harwood, and I'm not sure what happened there. It may have been a tie-up of the puck. It's just a drop. Doesn't look like any type of a penalty or anything, so it's just a face-off. Must have been an offsides. And a change of lines coming up for RAHA. I think that was about the first whistle we've had in the game right there, and we're all the way down to the 4:23 mark. Enman's line back out. Tommy Enman centering line with Ron Sivert left wing and Matt Nezveschuk right wing. Number 19, a real strong defenseman, zinging down in. Broken up by Abel, sends it off. 19 gets it back again. Enman kind of harassing him. Abel backhand, clears it out. Weber tries to get it up, gets it up to Enman. Tom clears out of the zone. Matt Nezveschuk on that side, Ronnie on the close side here. 28 brings it down in. Weber and Abel back defensively. Sends a nice pass over. Abel steals. Weber, poke check, sitting out front. Nice job by Chris. He picks up the loose puck, sends it up along the boards, gets by Matt. Tom coming out to help out. Matt follows it. They haven't quite cleared the zone. Abel pokes it away. Chris tries to clear, gets it up to Tom, shot down through. Abel with it, gets it up to Sivert. They clear out of the zone, get it in the center, dumps back down in again. We've been able to clear out now, but we can't get a rush going up ice. Tom out helping out. 19 cranks up. He comes down in. Good play by Matt Nezveschuk. Shot down through, save Andy Knott. Andy's got to be up to 8 or 9 already, and we still got 3 minutes left. Chris sends it up. Won't be hard enough for icing as it trickles down into the zone. First one to it's Enman. Tommy, one of the fastest skaters, tries to get it over to Ron. Broken up on a nice defensive play. Matt tries to get it out, but Harwood clears with 3:05 coming back the other direction. Abel and Weber back defensively. Nice back checking by Ron Sivert. Comes out in front. Shot goes wide. Abel overskates. And this time Abel gets it and clears it out of the zone. And all the way down in. It won't be hard enough for icing, I don't think, or maybe it is going to be. Yep, it's been waved off as it slithers in. So it'll be an icing call with 2:45 left. Change of lines for both teams, it looks like. And we'll come back in with a face-off occurring to the left of Andy Knott. No score, most of the pressure coming from Harwood. That first 3 minutes, Harwood was all over it, and then it's been pretty even since then. The two defensemen for Harwood, number 19 and number 10, Goose, and shot down through, sitting out in front right off the bat. Another save for Andy, and Phil picks up the loose puck, gets it over to Hockley. He tries a backhand, comes up, doesn't quite clear the zone, but Matt steals it anyway. Seeger with it. Matt comes down in, gets by Goose. Matt shot down through, saved by the Harwood goalie. Chelsea set up in front, comes back up to the point. Phil keeps it in. It's poked away, but Phil does a nice job of blocking him off. It's 2-on-1 coming down in. Timmy will have to take the one-man. Pass comes over. Andy set up in front. Shot, save! Andy Knott. Andy comes up big on that one. Timmy did the right thing. Tim Doherty took the man with the puck, rode him off, forced the pass over, and not a good angle on that. He came right up into Andy's chest, and Andy came up big with the save, and we'll have a change of lines once again. 2:13 left. First period, no score. Harwood's had some excellent shots and good scoring opportunities. We've been able to clear away the rebounds to avoid it, but several saves by Andy's what kept us in it. Tom Enman wins, gets it up to the point. Goose tries a backhand, comes right back to Sivert. Ron with it, clears up 19, keeps it in. 24, shot, save, Andy Knott. Chris Webber cranks around far side, tries to get it up. Backhand comes around near side. Abel's the first one on it. Tries to get it up to Sivert here, I hope. Abel with it. Clears it off the boards, out of the zone, up to Enman. 19 retreats. And we got a roughing on 20-something black. I forget, I didn't say with 28 black or 29 black. There was an... Oh, it was 24, excuse me, I guess, for roughing. I'm not even sure what it was. It was the far ref that called it right there. So, with 1:47 left, there'll be a 1-minute power play for RAHA. Harwood will be down a man. They'll just try to be dumping it. Enman wins. 10 just, oh, he shoots it up in the air. Abel steals. Abel with it. Backhand loses. 28 comes back. Abel steals it right back off again. He steals it right back again. 2-on-1 coming down. Shot goes high. Andy blocks it off. Webber with it. Chris cranking up. Chris off the boards, comes up, and it's going to be icing against RAHA. Yep, he won't be able to get to it in time. Nice job. The 10 just seems to clear the zone by, instead of going up the middle or something, he just picks it up and over the top of everybody. So only 35 seconds left on the power play with 1:22 left, first period. Change of lines as Matt Seeger's line comes out with Chelsea Gent and Hockley Walsh at the two wings. Timmy Doherty, Phil Hoban back on defense. Face off to the right of Andy Knott. 35-second power play left for RAHA. And Harwood will be down a man. Comes up along the boards. Matt can't quite get it out. Hockley tries to force it out. Loses the 28. 24 coming down in. Hockley steals. Walsh coming up. Tries to get it up to Seeger. Broken up on a nice defensive play by that number, I guess that was Goose that time. The other one's number 19. But Matt just sticks with it. Comes right down. Shot! Goes wide right. At least we're getting a shot off on something. Hockley's on it. Chelsea's on it. Backhand into the center. They try to clear out. Tim keeps it in. Loses. Phil gets it. They poke back again. And Tim's able to keep it in. The penalty's over. 45 seconds left. Comes back up to center ice. No offsides there. I guess we were able to keep it in. Matt's the first one on it. He comes right back down. Battling with number 19 along the boards. Gets it out to Walsh. Everybody goes down hard. 30 seconds left. Chelsea comes over, steals, shot, almost poked in there. Goose coming back the other direction. Sends a nice pass back, and we got an offsides coming up on Harwood. One of the players turned around backwards and accidentally skated over the line just before the rush came down in. And it was a nice rush coming up too, but 19 seconds left. First period, no score. Excellent job by Andy Knott in goal so far. Tom Enman's line is back out there, centered with Matt Nesvezchuk in the red pants, and Ronnie Sivert closest to us. Chris Webber, Mark Abel on defense. Chris off the boards. It won't be icing as it won't get in far enough. Goose retreats to pick it up. Just 9 seconds left. He sends it up along the boards and clears out. That should finish off the first period. Super job. Andy came up big several times. Harwood really had the pressure on in the first, as I said, first 2 or 3, actually almost 4 minutes. Everybody comes over to the bench here for a little instruction. Then things really evened up with the two lines after that. Chris Webber, some nice clearing out afterwards, and the defensive combination of Phil Hoban and Tim Doherty doing a real nice job out there. We're going to have to try to force it up ice a little bit quicker to get some shots on goal. We really, in fact, I'm not sure that we've had any shots on goal in the first period. We had a couple of pressure coming down in, but the shots went left or right. And probably if we can zoom down in here, we can get Blair with some last minute instruction. Back of Timmy Doherty and Phil Hoban are the two defensive combination. And a little cheer there. Let's see which line. I think the same line that finished the first period will probably start the second one. Yep, Tom Enman's out there. Ron Sivert closest to us. Matt Nesvezchuk on the far side with Chris Webber, Mark Abel back on defense. Enman controls, gets it over to Ron Sivert. Chris ends up with it. Chris Webber sends it up ice, gets it to Ronnie Sivert. Ronnie coming down in. Ronnie cranking, nice move. Shot broken up, comes right back to Ron. Abel with it. Abel dumps it in far side over to Nesvezchuk. Matt tries a centering pass. No place to get through there as Harwood does a good job defensively of blocking out in front. Tom steals, tries to get it back out, pokes up in the air. Tom looking, wrap around, backhand Ronnie, shot just wide right. Good pressure. Nice pass by Sivert. Enman. Ron got the shot off. Ron got the puck right back again. Comes up near side here. Good scoring opportunity. Matt keeps it in, pokes it back out again, and finally Harwood skates out with it. Comes back. First one on it is Chris, excuse me. Chris gets it over to Ronnie Sivert. Ron, the poke check, but he dumps it all the way down in. I'm not sure if he did or the defensive player did. Goose ends up with it, tries to send it around to Chenet. Looks like Chenette, but we'll call it the French name. Harwood's up close enough to the border for that. Dumps down in. Number 3 loses, gets it back again, looking for the open man. Nice pass up along, comes right back up to Chris Weber. Chris skating around. Chris down in, gets it to Tom Enman. Everybody's on sides. Tom cranking around. Shot down off the goalie, buzzer, it goes in! Tommy, it bounced up in the air and down in, over. I'm not sure what happened there, but Tommy Enman scored the assist going to Chris Weber. He comes over and everybody gives him a high five. It hit the goalie, bounced a real funny angle. I think it had a spin on it, and when it hit the ground, it spun right into the net. It must have been like a spinning puck. The goalie did a nice job of covering up. Let's see if we can get Tommy right there. Good job by Ron Sivert, Matt Nezvezchuk, but Chris Weber's who made that one happen. Chris is the one that got it up ice, so the assist going, at least in my book, to Chris Weber on that. The goal to Tom Enman. Tom comes up big once again. Timmy Doherty with it. Tim loses, regains control, sitting out in front. Poked away, it's still there, and Phil Hoban clears it over far side. Tim ends up with it. Number Goose has got it, centering pass in front, broken up by Hoban. Phil, off of a skate, comes right back up to the point as 19 covers. Zinging shot down through it, almost poked in by, but Phil pushes off the puck. Matt Seeger, 8:01 left. I didn't get the time on the goal. It was just under, probably about 8.5 minutes on the goal there. Tim Doherty clears it out. Another good defensive play for Timmy. Retreat back down, Matt Seeger hustling, but Chelsea's the first one on it. She tries to keep it in, takes a funny bounce off the wall, and 19 cracking back the other direction. Works his way right down through, and we got a chip coming up on Phil as soon as we touch it. In fact, it should have happened there, but I guess they've still got control of the puck. Be a power play for as soon as we try to clear out, and Phil, actually number 19 blew by, an excellent skating job. Kyle, looks like his name, Kylie is the last name of number 19, or maybe Kyle's his first name, I'm not sure. And it should be a face-off back in the RAHA zone. It'll be a 1-minute minor for tripping. At the squirt level, each period is 10 minutes long, so the penalties are 1 minute long. And that means Harwood will be on the power play for 1 minute here with RAHA skating a man down. It looks like we're going to go with Abel and Weber on defense and Enman and Sivert as the 2 offensive players. 28 coming right down through. Abel breaks it up. Abel poking away, tries to get it up, and Enman clears it out of the zone. Nice play by Tom. He's got our only goal. Dumps all the way down in. Abel with it. Abel off the boards. They can't clear out. They're going to have to clear better than that. Abel pokes away. Shot, save, Andy Knott. Andy comes up big once again. Andy with a 12 or 13 saves right there. I've lost count of it on that, but Andy really keeping us in this game here. Face off to the right of Andy, being taken by Tom Enman. Ron Sivert's out there. Mark heads off. Timmy Doherty goes out. I think they're going for more strength on icing here. Tim does a great job on icing it, which is what they need here. Tom sends it up. He can't clear out. Goose ends up with it. Shot down through, broken up by Tim Doherty. Tim hustles into the corner. Centering pass, broken up, comes out. Ron with it. Ron pokes away. They can't clear out. And Tommy comes in. They held onto it too long. Chris with it. Chris sends a zinger out. And it should be a hand pass. It'll be a hand pass. It'll just be a face-off outside the zone. It bounced up in the air, and one of the Harwood players grabbed it in his hand and dropped it down to one of the other players. A hand pass isn't a penalty. It just results in a face-off outside the zone. Good reflexes by, I think it was that number 19, Kylie, who grabbed that in the air, but he unfortunately passed it to one of the other players. You can do that in your defensive zone, but not in your offensive zone. 11 seconds left on the power play. Enman dumps it all the way down in. Tom having a real strong game out there, as he always does. Harwood clears out to center ice, coming up, and nobody's offsides, I guess. Broken up, comes down through it, and have another trip on Tim coming up right now. Power play's over on the first one. Comes out in front, Abel breaks it up. Shot, and as Tim skates out, yep, it'll be a trip on Timmy. Actually, once again, I think it was 19 or 10 had blown right by. Real good speed on the Harwood players there. We've got 6:14 left, and right as Phil headed out of the penalty box, Tim's going to head in. So we kind of got through one penalty there, and now we got to kill off another one. So we got 6:14 left. RAHA leading 1-0, a 1-minute minor for tripping. And it looks like we'll go with Phil Hoban and Mark Abel on defense. And Hockley Walsh at wing, Matt Seeger at center. So again, it's kind of a continuation of the, with 6:14 left of the power play. Backhand comes right down through. Hockley comes in to put some pressure on. Shot, broken up. Abel, Hoban gets it. Phil is real strong. Phil, if he gets a good solid zing on it, gets it up out of the zone. Phil really one of the strongest players in the team. In fact, one of the strongest in the league that I've watched. 19 dumps it right down in again. Abel pokes away. He's got to have a stronger arm to get it out, but Matt just dumps it down. Excellent play. Matt Seeger sends it the length of the ice, and again, it's not icing. The goalie thought it was. Let it roll down in. 19 cracks up with it. He sends it off the boards. Hockley's out there. Pokes away. Nice pass into the center, but he overskates. Deal ends up backhand, comes right back down in. Hockley back checking, comes in. Abel pokes away, up in the air. They get it right back again. Abel steals, shot, and they score! Number 20 with 6 seconds left on the power play. As they weren't able to clear out, Andy came up big. They got the first clearing there, sent it the length of the ice. Number 24 scored for Harwood, and Andy, no chances. It was point blank range. So as they can see, with 6 seconds left, it's a power play goal for Harwood at 5:20 left in the second period. And that ties the score up 1-1. And a change of lines coming up for both teams here. It looks like we've got Tom Enman at center, Ron Sivert and Matt Nesvizchuk, the two wings, and the Weber and Abel combination back on defense. Andy's had some great saves back in there, really, to keep them in this game. Matt Nesvizchuk coming over, centering pass to number 15, stolen by Sivert. Ron dumps it all the way down in. Ron is really quick with his hands and one of the best passers on the team. Backhand down through by Tom, goes around wide. Ron the first one on it. Ties up along the boards. Centering pass, Harwood in center. Number 15 tries to skate out with it, still hanging onto it. Ron back checking, and Ron steals, gets it over to Tom Enman. Tom off the boards, Tom coming down in. He's got to get by number 19. Reverses, shot, it bounces off wide. They clear around, near side, Matt on it. Matt Nesvizchuk ties it up along the boards down there. Matt's still poking away with Kylie. Comes around near side. Ron Sivert out in front. Tries a shot. Matt comes down in on it. And everybody goes down. Somebody loses a stick. Finally, they come skating out. Centering pass broken up by Ron. Far boards. Number 19 with it. Skates down in. Ron tries to tie him up along the boards. Abel pokes off wide. 19 still controlling. Looking for the shot. Down through. Broken up by Weber. Chris doing a great job defensively. Ron with it. Centering pass up to Abel. Abel's backhand up. Doesn't clear the zone. Comes down in. Ron steals. Poked away. Abel and Weber clears it. Chris doing again. And it's a breakaway for Tom Enman. Tom coming down in. He's probably going to lift the puck. Shoots off the save by the goalie. He didn't get a full stick on it there, but it came off. Abel down in. He keeps it in. Breakaway Tom Enman. We're starting to open things up here a little bit now. And they finally send it all the way back up. Abel with it, dumps it back down in. Broken up by 15. He sends it. It'll be icing against Harwood. Good shift out there. 3:31 left. Pick up Andy for just a second, and everybody a change of lines, both teams, with the face-off coming back in the Harwood zone to the right of their goalie. Had a nice kick save on that one. Actually, He doesn't move as well as Andy does, and it looks like if we can get a couple more shots off, we may be able to make the game really interesting here. Tie game, 1-1. Our goal coming from Tom Enman, assist to Chris Weber, and we've got, they're just sending another player out there. It's the Walsh, Gent, and Seeger combination with Hoban and Doherty back on defense. Matt battling away as always, comes back up, gets right by Phil, won't be icing. Phil's going to have to hustle to beat number 28 back to it. Phil off the boards, up in the air, Hockley with it. Hockley trying to get it into the center, stolen by Goose. Goose, number 10, comes down in. Nice pass, but Hockley steals. Up to Matt. Matt Seeger on the breakaway. Matt coming down in. Good defensive play by number 20. Gets by Chelsea right to Tim. Doherty off the boards, hits 28, brings it down in. Tim gets right back on him. Strong play. Again, Tim Doherty and Phil Hoban have gotten better every game all year long. Tim sends it around backside. Hockley comes in to help out. Phil steals, they lose. Centering pass broken up by Seeger. Matt with it. Matt Seeger back to Hockley Walsh. Hockley tries to clear out of the zone. It's Iacovoni, I guess is the name. I didn't pronounce it right before. Centering pass out in front. Shot, and he stops at the rebound. Off wide. Trying to wrap around. They're going to have to pin him up. 2:24 left. And Chelsea steals it. Chelsea sends it up. Gets by Goose. Chelsea bats it right back down again. Loses the 24. Tim with it off the boards. They clear up. They haven't been able to clear out of the zone. Poked away. Chelsea gets it. It's still in the zone. Phil will probably try and dump here. Up, clears out of the zone all the way to Iacovoni. Seeger steals. Matt could have a breakaway, but it's Goose he's against coming down in. Loses. His shot down through, broken up nicely. Nice defensive play. Change of defense as Weber and Abel come out. Seeger keeps it in, then 28 skates out with it. Their centering pass over to 24, 2-on-1. Coming down in. Defensive combination over. Abel breaks it up. Seeger sends it off the boards, up out of the zone. Nice play, Matt Seeger. 1:33 left. Matt Nezvezchuk is out there. Seeger's out. Abel poke check, doesn't get it out of the zone. 28 shot down through, wide right. Deal ends up with it, his centering pass. Abel with it. Abel sends it off the boards. He and Ron Sivert on a break. Goose backhand, comes down in. I'm not sure if it's onsides, offsides. They're going to have to hustle back, looking for the pass. Poked off wide. Chris Weber, nice job, loses his stick. Centering pass, Abel pins it. Far boards up, right back to him. Ron Sivert with it. Tom Enman tries to clear out. Abel breaks up. Pokes off wide. It's and Andy covers it up at the last second with 51 seconds left. Andy poked it away, but it didn't go anyplace. It like got stuck on the end of his stick. But he saw it sitting there and gloved it. Chris Weber comes over and gives him congratulations right as it was kind of sitting on the line. Actually, I don't think any of the Harwood or RAHA players saw it. Andy was the only one aware where it was. Tom Enman stays out there at center. Tom Enman, the assistant captain. Ron Sivert's our captain. 51 seconds left, a 1-1 game. It's anybody's game at this point. RAHA doing a much better job in this period here. If they can clear it out. Chris Weber sends it up, hits Matt Nezvezchuk. Chris gets it right back again over to Ron. Poke checks away. Ron sends it out up to Tom Enman, and Tom's across the center line. He dumps it all the way down in with Matt Nezvezchuk chasing it down in. Deal backhand. Enman with the shot down through Nezvezchuk in front. Matt trying to steal. They kick it out of the zone. Sends it up. Looking for someone to pass to. Pass into the center. Comes over far side. Abel with it. He goes down hard. Takes the play out and everything. Centering pass. Broken up. Comes up. Matt Nezvezchuk. Matt sends it up out of the zone. Could be a race. 12 seconds. Ron Sivert with it. Ronnie loses his stick. And it trickles right down in on the goalie, and that'll kill off as Ron didn't have anything to shoot with it except his skate. Ronnie lost the stick and still followed it down in. What a period. Super job. 2 periods are over. It's a 1-1 game. We'll take a break to make ice between the second and third period in the winner's bracket here. As RAHA heads off, we'll pick up at the very end Andy Knott, who's just been superb in goal for us. And the 2 goalies shake hands as they go by each other. They're both doing a great job. And a quick break here between the, we'll zip up on the time if we can, between the second and third periods in a 1-1 game. 10 minutes of hockey left. Squirt B, the state tournament. And here we are back picking up action right at the beginning of the third period. Again, we're at the Squirt B level in the Vermont State Tournament. There's each of the levels, Bantam, Pee-wee, Squirt, and Mites, all have state tournaments at the A and B level. This is at the Squirt B level. In fact, RAHA is sponsoring the AB level tournament for Squirts and Pee-wees. It's down in the Royce Manigo Arena. We're up in Barrie, though, of the third period of the game between RAHA and Harwood. Harwood really has had the better of certainly the scoring opportunities. Passing is really crisp, but Andy Knott, the goalie for RAHA, has kept them in this. Picked up one goal by Tom Enman, and for a while there, RAHA was up 1-0 before 24 came back and scored the tying goal on a power play with just 6 seconds left on that. And we're just about to get underway. The third period, again, it's 1-1 at this point. The two programs, actually, Harwood and RAHA, play each other quite often during the year in different things, even at the high school level. And Harwood's got an excellent program. It's fun to play them. It's a bunch of nice parents, kids, real good skaters, real comparable type program. So usually it is a fun game and certainly a fun tournament they've got so far. Barrie doing a great job of this. We've got Jimmy Knott and John Sivert over to the right there, and just the back of Blair Inman wearing last year's, he was the coach of he and Lou Gaudreau of the Mite Nines that won the B tournament at that level. So Blair's hoping to repeat this year. He's got a lot of his same players back. And here we are about to get underway. It looks like we're going to start off just like we did in the first period with a little different here. Matt Seeger will be at center. Enman and Sivert, the two wings. Weber and Abel back on defense. The ref that's about to drop has been a long-time ref here at Barrie. Does a great job. Reffing really good in this game. Right off the bat, Harwood blows it down in. Abel poke checks away. Weber up in the air. Backhand comes through. In front. Save Andy Knott. Tom tries to clear out. Comes down through. Abel kicks, pokes away. Andy pokes out in front. There tries to lift it up, and Andy gloves it. It's in front. Abel's there, poking away. It's still down on his back, and it ends up underneath one of the players. Andy made a great save. Harwood poked away several times. I'm not sure if it ended up underneath Andy. Chris got a good solid, in fact, on a rebound, almost poked in, but Andy Knott once again. And a change of defense there as Phil Hoban and Tim Doherty head out. Chris, a nice job. We'll keep the same line out there and just change the defense. So Phil and Tim on defense. And Matt wins this face-out, gets it face-off, gets it out to Tom Enman, tied up. Nice defensive play by Goose, comes back down through. They send it all the way down in, hits the ref. Phil tries to poke it out. Nice shots down. Andy pokes it off wide as rebound. Phil comes up with it. Phil skating up ice. Phil clears it out of the zone. Phil gets it over to Ron, loses. Tom Enman gets it back. Tom shot on goal. Sitting down there. The goalie plays it off wide. Backhand. Tries to get it over to Matt Seeger. Tom Enman really motoring down the ice. He and Matt Seeger of excellent speed. Tom up in the air, but another nice defensive play off the boards. Comes up number 28 skating out there. He overskates it, but 19 follows him up. Kylie heading up, and he dumps it all the way down in past the 24. He's got the goal for pokes up. Timmy breaks it up. Tim, again, excellent defense. Phil Hoban over on it. Centering pass. Tim with the Doherty sends it up ice. Hits a stick and gets to Ron Sivert. Ron loses to Goose. They dump it back down in, right to Tim. Doherty gets it back up into the center. Casey ends up with it as they come down in, back checking by Nezvezchuk. Shot down, save Andy Knott. It pokes out in front. Andy, God, unbelievable. Another one. That number 10 and number 19 for Harwood are doing just a great job of controlling the puck. Good skating. 19 tries to keep it in. It gets out, and at least it clears the zone all the way back up the center ice. 8 minutes left. 10 sends it up in the air, comes down into Doherty. Tim all the way around far side up to Nezvezchuk. Matt with it sends it up, clears out of the zone, and as they try to tag up, Tom's able to clear, but it comes right back down in again. Harwood keeping solid pressure on. Phil Hoban up in the air, can't clear out. 19 with it, back checking Nezvezchuk. Centering pass broken up by Doherty. Far side, comes all the way down in behind the ref, gets behind Andy Knott, but Phil Hoban ends up as he sends it up along the boards. Goose with it, backhand into the center. Broken up by Doherty. 19 gets it back. His shot down through. Save. Andy Knott. Backhand. Andy. Oh! Andy blocked it off, but 28 almost had himself a goal. Up to Nezvezchuk. Matt sends it off the boards, but he was skating backwards and couldn't maintain his balance as 19 was able to get back on it. He sends it up to 28. Change of centers. Hockley Walsh out there now. Shot down through. Save. Andy Knott, and he hangs on before the rebound can come down in. Andy, once again, he's up in the 20 range or something now. And both teams will change up here. It looks like Matt Seeger's line's coming out with Hockley Walsh, Chelsea Gent as the two wings, and the Weber-Abel combination on defense. That's Chris Weber and Mark Abel. The big number 20s out there. Quinnell's back on defense along with number 10. Right up to Hockley. Hockley right up the bat. Down through. Shot! Oh! As that was a bullet of a shot. Chris gets the rebound, sends it up, but Chelsea sends it out. Hockley follows the play. Hockley brings it all the way down in. At least there's some pressure down in the Harwood zone now. 6:46 left. 1-1 game. Seeger down in. Chelsea with it. Centering down through. Loses. Chelsea gets it back again. 26 with it. Backhand comes out, and number 10, Goose, entering down in. Back checking Seeger. Comes off, pokes in. Is going to have a checking on Seeger as soon as Abel gets it. Yeah. As he was hitting from behind. He got him for a hook is what the technical call was. Chelsea thought it was on her, but it was on Matt Seeger, actually. So Matt will go in for a minute. It was a good call as he came in from behind the player. I'm not sure if it was a hook or a trip or what, but 1 minute minor anyway. And RAHA is going to have to kill off the power play. Sivert and Inman come out, the power mites, if you want to call them that, as there's 6:27 left. Oops. The ref faked the drop, comes in. Chris Weber, far side end. Chris dumps it the length of the ice. Again, Chris having just a great game here. Tom Inman hustles. Tom's the first one down in. Ronnie Sivert set up in front. Tom trying to get it around to Ron. We're short-handed, but it's out in front there. Poked up in the air. Number 10. Goose comes out. Ron back on defensively, gets around one. Abel rides him off wide. Shot down through, goes wide. The far side. Inman tries to be the first one on it. Tied up along the boards, comes down through. Abel with it. He sends it. Can't clear out of the zone. They're going to have to be stronger on these power play things. Centering down through. Poked. Save Andy Knott into the glove. Andy once again on a point blank shot down through. And the face-off will be to the left of Andy Knott. The Doherty-Hoban combination comes out there. 20 seconds still left on the power play. Inman and Sivert stay out there with Doherty and Hoban back on defense. Andy, unbelievable job he's doing in this. It's really what's keeping us in. Comes shot down through, another save for Andy. He's going to be up to 30 here in a while. Tim Doherty sends it far side, but 19 hustles right over there. That 19 is all over the place. Everybody collapses on the goalie. Shot way over the top of the net. Comes up. Tim sends it up, and Ron is able to clear it out of the zone. It looks like they're saying it didn't go out. Comes down through Phil. Hoban breaks it up. Phil sends it up in the air. 10 keeps it in. Goose is shot down through off of Andy's glove. Another save. The penalty's over. We're back to 5-on-5. Tom Inman with it. Tom sends it up in the air. They don't clear it out, though. Another shot down through. Broken up. It's trickling out in front. Long arms of Doherty gets to it. Sends it off the boards. And we got a foot race. 2-on-1. Ron Doki also. No, he's on sides. Comes down in. Ron Sivert the first one on it. 4:59. Ron coming around. Inman in front. Ron retreats. Centering pass. Trying to get it over to Nezvezchuk. Comes back up to the point here. Doherty keeps it in. Good pressure down in. Sivert. Nezvezchuk and Inman set up in front. They got to move around a little bit. Ron with it. Ron tries a shot. Broken up by number 10. He flicks it up in the air is what he does all the time. Phil Hoban poke checks it away. Number 29 with it. He sends it up. Gets by Tim. Change of lines coming up for RAHA. Phil Hoban ends up with it. Phil comes around behind. Sends it off the boards. And it'll be icing unless it's a shot on goal. 4:20 left. They called off icing as a hustle between the two fastest skaters, number 10 Goose and number 14 Tom Inman. Goose coming back the other direction. It wasn't icing because it went right by the defensive player. Everybody on side. Tim Doherty comes in, shot save, Andy Knott. No rebound. Andy covers up and a change of lines with 4:04 left. Andy, another big save. We're still in a 1-to-1 game here. Harwood doing a great job of putting pressure on, but they haven't been able to get it by Andy. The defense basically has been able to clear out they haven't been able to stop the first shots, but they're clearing away the rebounds. Weber and Abel on defense. Seeger out there with Walsh and Gent. Walsh tries to clear it out, kept down in again, bounces up in the air. Hockley tries to clear, goes near side, down through, shot, save Andy. Abel gets the rebound. Abel pokes away, far side, Abel with it. Abel skating up, off the boards, gets it up to Seeger. Abel to Seeger. Matt cranking away, everybody's on sides. Chelsea waits. Hockley following the play down in. Stolen, Hockley gets it right back. Backhand, Chelsea's out in front. Number 24 skating back the other direction. 3:34 left. Comes down in. Abel tries to poke away. Stolen by one, then the other. Shot, save, Andy, rebound. He covers up. And everybody's on top of it. It's still sitting out there. Abel's going to have to hustle over to get on that one. Sends it up, down. Chelsea with it, loses. Abel gets it back again. Weber ends up, sends it far side, all the way around the boards, trying to get it up to Walsh. 19 keeps it in. Comes over, shot broken up. Rebound. Seeger steals, up in the air. Shot down through, broken up by Abel. Over on the boards, he sends it up along the boards, battling with number 28. Comes back up to the point, tries to keep it in. Chelsea sends it out, 19, waiting for everybody to tag up. He's going to dump it far side there, off the boards as it comes down in. Chris is the first one on it. Weber off the boards, gets it up to Seeger. 19 cranks away, back checking, comes down in. Abel pokes it off wide. Weber with it. Watch the man in front. Poke checked away. Abel picks up his stick, which he lost. Gent sends it up along the boards, doesn't quite clear out. Shot down through. Abel kicks it off wide. Weber ends up with it. Backhand, change of defense for Harwood. They're still keeping the pressure on as it's in the zone. Chelsea tries to center. Right, 10 gets it back. Comes back the other direction. Centering pass. Andy kicks it off wide. Backhand in front. Andy kick save. Unbelievable. The defense has got to clear that man out in front there. 2:03 left. Matt Seeger ends up with it. Matt off the boards. Ridden off the puck. Hockley's following the play. Walsh with it. Brings it down in. Hockley. Long arms of his. He's still controlling. Loses behind, but Ron comes in to help out. Rides him off the puck. We've got Doherty and Hoban out there. A major collision at center ice. 24 who's got the goal coming down in. And everybody's on sides. Phil pokes it away at the diving save. Phil Hoban. 1:33 left. The shot, number 10. He scores! They got out in front to number 20. They're going to have to put the pressure on now as they score with 1:30 left. Harwood goes up 2-1, a change of lines. They weren't able to clear out of the zone. I think number 10, Goose, scored that. No chance for Andy. He's come up big time and time again. And we're going to have to see what RAHA can do to rally now. Nice pass into the center. Harwood's passing really has been the better of the two in this particular game. And we got a timeout being called by RAHA with an even 1:30 left. Everybody will come over to the bench. And we may take just a quick breather here as there's a 1-minute timeout called by RAHA. Seconds left on the timeout here as we'll zip in on Blair. He'll probably use a little different combination. The speeds really with Matt Seeger and Tom Enman. He'll probably have both those out there, maybe with Ron Sivert or something. Because that's, even though they're the three shortest, there's really a lot of speed in those. And I'm sure that if we're still in this, he'll pull the goalie, Andy Knott, and go with 3 defensemen. And so the combination right now out there, it looks like Tom Enman will be at center, Matt Seeger the right wing, Ron Sivert the left wing, with Tim Doherty and Phil Hoban, 2 of the strongest defensemen, at least in their upper body strength. Matt Seeger with it, tries to force it right through. 19 comes back, and they're just going to dump it down through. They're going to try to keep it in the zone. Off the boards, gets it up. Tom Enman off the boards up to Seeger, comes back to 10. Everybody's got to tag up. 1:15 left. In order to pull the goalie, though, we're going to have to get the pressure down in their zone there. Tim with it, sends it up to Ron. Ron off the near boards. Ron with it, tries to get in the center, loses, comes back the other direction, number 10 with it, and he'll just dump it down in again. That's all that Harwood wants to do now, is just to keep the pressure down in our zone. Tim Doherty ends up with it. Tim off the boards, comes up, he goes down hard. Phil Hoban, watch the man in front, centered in front. Andy Knott pokes down in, and he saves. Andy with 44 seconds left, but the face-off is still down in the RAHA zone. And Harwood's doing exactly what they want to do. RAHA's going to have to somehow clear it up ice, have Andy come over to the net and try to get a 6th skater out on the ice. Only 44 seconds left. 24 is practicing his slap shot out there from the top of the key. Tom Edman at center. Tom tries to clear out, gets it over to the boards to Matt Seeger, ties up Matt. They lose, they see it, comes all the way down in, should be icing. They're not going to call it on that one. Tim Doherty with it. Off the boards, clears up. They're doing a nice job. Gets over to Tom. Tom tries a pass. They come back down in. Only 25 seconds left. Drops it back. Centering pass comes into with their Phil Hoven breaks it up. Shot down through save. Andy. 16 seconds left on the clock. It's all Harwood at this point. Unless we get a breakaway, there's nothing we're going to be able to do. And that's going to kill off most of the rest of it. Only 5 seconds left. He sends it around far side. And that's the buzzer as RAHA wasn't able to get it down in. But everybody's going to come out. Andy just did a great job. They should hold their heads high as they really did a great job of hanging in this. Good pressure by Harwood throughout the game. We'll pick up the individual players as they go through on this. Mark Abel heading through. Mark had a great game as always. Phil Hoven, strong game. Chelsea Gent, Hockley Walsh, Timmy Doherty, one of his strongest game. Matt Nezvezchuk, Matt Seeger, Ron Sivert, Tommy Emma with our goal, Chris Weber right there with the assist, and Andy Knott, followed by his father, getting on Andy on that. Really had a great job. Both goalies, a nice job. Andy, our player of the game for this purpose, and the coach is shaking at the end there. The coaches know each other fairly well. I think both programs have done a super job. We'll get Matt coming off, and some of the just missed the RAHA players. We'll go in the locker room just to pick them up afterwards. I'm sure they're going to be somewhat disappointed, but really did a great job of hanging in there. Of a 2-1 game. They'll drop into the losers bracket, and they've got another game tomorrow night.